Then third was Vedas, the privilege of humanity, because Shabda Praman is the way of knowing God, because it's the word of God. It's like HP company giving a manual to troubleshoot this laptop, because they are creator, they know it. Similarly, God is the creator, designer, lawmaker. He knows perfectly about his creation. He gives us the knowledge and we just have to seek the knowledge. It's perfectly scientific as it was brought out. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam, king of all knowledge, secret of all secrets, but Pavitram, but without any defects like what we discussed. And Uttamam means beyond the darkness and illusion of these mortal ways of gaining knowledge. They have their own defects. So this knowledge is beyond that imperfection. We also studied that it is Pratyakshavāgamamam. It can be perceived. The reality of the knowledge can be perceived, which makes it scientific, because we can perceive it as it is a reality. And it's full of happiness, and it is full of spiritual knowledge, dharma, knowledge of what is correct, what is not correct, what is good, what is bad, what is ultimately good for everybody, and what is problem for everybody. So it contains all that morality, spirituality, religiosity. It is free from any cheating propensity. It's perfect knowledge. So Shabda Praman. And Shabda Praman, what privilege it gives? It takes us out of all miseries of life forever. Birth, old age, disease, death, Adhyatmik, Adhibhautik, Adhidevik Klesh. Then we saw about science of soul, which comes from that Vedic text. We are spirit soul, we are eternal, we are living in this body as a person uses a car for going to a destination. Similarly, we are using this body, we are spirit soul. The soul is in journey and it is using this body. So we saw there are scientific evidences of that also. And in modern science also, it is a proven fact that a soul is a reality and it reincarnates from one body to another body. There are abundant scientific evidences of reincarnation. So that was, this is all related to discover yourself. Then we saw that substance and shadow, that if it's a reality, that this soul is a reality, scientific observable reality, then what way we can experience the existence of soul? What way we can realize that I am spirit soul? And what is the world of a spirit soul? What is spiritual world? What is material world? Thank you. So then the last session was, there is a method by which we get to realize that I am spirit soul. मैं आत्मा हूँ, मी आत्मा आहे याचा अनुभव, याची अनुभूती, the realization, उसका साक्षात्कार, how I do. There is a method. That method is called yoga. And we saw that the yoga gives a position to the living being, that position from which he will never come back to a misery, and he will forever be situated on a platform where there are no miseries. And there is a spiritual world. Going back to spiritual world is reality. Leaving body and going back to spiritual world is real thing. So that path by which it is done is called, normally it is known as religious path or spiritual path, dharma ka marg. So there are many religions. If God is one, why there are so many religions? If every religion claims that we are perfect, who is indeed perfect? Is it a step-by-step process? Some religions, are they like class 1, class 2, class 3, class 10, class engineering, PhD, something like that? So it is indeed like that. We saw that some religions, they are teaching at a very gross level. Some religions are higher, esoteric level. Some religions are full of evidences of very esoteric truths, like Vedic spirituality. So we saw that Vedic tree of knowledge is huge tree as compared to the other religious systems. And this is one of the best way of correctly situating ourselves on a spiritual platform, which is beneficial to all, including all living beings, not only human beings. And it has universal brotherhood concept. It's not that my religion, you are not from my religion, so I will kill you. It is not like that. Or you should not have any existence, you are low IQ because you are in that religion. This is bodily conception of life. Because I am born in a certain religion, that means I am from that religion. That's body. Because body today, it is born in one country, it may be born in another country. All religions accept that we are spirit souls. So birth and death, the religion that doesn't change according to the bodily designation, nation, country, time, place, circumstance, situation, is eternal religion called as Sanatan Dharma. So Sanatan Dharma principles are accepted all over the world by, especially by a book called Bhagavad Gita, which is essence of all Vedic literature, which doesn't talk about birth, which talks about the essence of living force as spirit soul. So that knowledge of spirit soul is given in the Bhagavad Gita. Ashcharyavat pashyati kaschidenam ashcharyavat vadati tathaiva chanya. Means it's an amazing thing. Ashcharyavat, that existence of soul, that soul is pure, spiritual, and it's not burned when it is burnt in fire. Nobody can burn it. Nobody can tear it into pieces. Nobody can moisten it. Nothing can happen to it. It is made up of Satchidananda. Eternity. Right. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, na chainam kledayantyapo, न शोषयति मारुतः. उसके ऊपर कोई प्रभाव नहीं पड़ता है, बट हमारे ऊपर प्रभाव पड़ता है क्योंकि हम एक शरीर में हैं और उस शरीर पे प्रभाव पड़ता है. वी आर फेसिंग ऑल दीज मिजरीज बिकॉज वी आर इन बॉडीली कॉन्शियसनेस ऑफ लाइफ, एंड व्हेन वी ट्रांसेंड दिस बॉडीली कॉन्शियसनेस ऑफ लाइफ, वी अचीव स्पिरिचुअल परफेक्शन. एंड द पाथ ऑफ स्पिरिचुअल परफेक्शन इज स्पिरिचुअलिटी, रिलीजियस सिस्टम, religion. And we saw that when religion is called as a blind faith, when it has no philosophy, it's a sentimental thing, no right philosophy, correct absolute philosophy which is applicable, perceivable, good for all, that is only Vedic Sanatan Dharma. So this Vedic Sanatan Dharma yoga system, which is delineated in Vedic literature, especially in the Bhagavad Gita, for that system we must accept a spiritual master. So who is spiritual master? Who can teach? Who has the right to teach the spiritual subject matter? That is an important topic. So Positive Thinker Seminar series is based on Discover Yourself's foundation, which discovery of self means what? Who am I? Once you theoretically know who am I, it becomes a matter of realization or practice, or a practical approach in life, or practical methodology to adopt in life. What is that methodology? So first point is, who will teach me this? Who is the right authority? Identifying the divine guide. So today we are going to get into these details of identifying divine guide. We saw this verse, तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेक्षन्ति ते ज्ञानम ज्ञानिनः तत्वदर्शिनः. We have to approach a spiritual master that is given in the Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna himself is saying that you should approach a spiritual master to know the truth, because Guru has seen the truth. One has seen the truth can actually show the path. We know that this substance and shadow topic told us that this material world is like a shadow, a reflection of spiritual reality. Now consider this: whatever is there in the reflection is illusory, it's not objective reality. Number one. Number two, if you get into a भूल भुलैया, illusion मतलब एक ऐसा जगह है जहां पे you don't know the path, बट यू आर भटक रहे हैं, इधर से उधर ट्राई कर रहे हैं, उधर से इधर ट्राई कर रहे हैं, तो you can be lost forever, especially if you go in a jungle, a deep dark jungle. You don't know what it is, where to go, how to go, which direction. There is no sense of direction. If you can't even see sun, if it is that dark, then it is very difficult to get out of that jungle. Similarly, if there is a huge machine, if you go to some industry, you can see a huge big, amazing machines are there. That machine, can you operate without knowledge of the machine? We can't. You can't go and put some switch on, put some switch off, take some part out, put it somewhere else. You can't experiment like that. It will make a huge problem. So even to press a particular button, you need knowledge. What is this button for? Similarly, what to talk of this whole world, which is like a big machine designed by Creator. It is, we have seen that this creation, our own body, a single cell within the body, the modern science, it says that complexity at that minute level, nano level or whatever level they say, it's so difficult to comprehend how the food is getting digested and getting into these cells, how these cells are, energized and how they are working, how millions of those cells every day die and millions of them again reappear. It's a big, huge factory at a very minute level. We can't even know what is happening within our body, what to speak of what is happening within this world. And to get out of this miserable world and attain a spiritual world, spiritual perfection, it's not so trivial. An insignificant machine as compared to the world is so complex to understand. An insignificant topic in this world is so huge that you can't even read all books in that particular subject matter. How can you, operate in this world? That needs a very expert guidance, and one who has seen the truth can guide. A person who theoretically knows about a machine and a person who is experienced in that operation of that machine, or a person who knows the design of the machine in and out, such a person can only be able to reveal the truth. So that is the sense in which Krishna in Bhagavad Gita has said that you should approach a spiritual master. Now, are the books sufficient? That actually we saw this last time. I think we saw the books are not sufficient. We learn everything from a teacher. We saw that. We even learned everything, including this kind of driving cycle. Everything and anything we learn from a teacher or a guide. We also saw that how Arjun was a great warrior, but he got confused in his duty as to what is to be done and what is not to be done. We also saw how difficult it is for most intelligent person also to decide what is correct and what is not correct. Kavayo api atra mohita. We saw that last time. Yeah, how even creator like Brahmadev gets confused. So big personalities externally they may make a show that they know how to live a life perfectly, but internally they may be going through a huge struggle of whether something is correct or not, whether it is ultimately beneficial or not. So we saw that yash shreyasyan nishchitam bruhitan me. Arjun asked, what is ultimately beneficial for me? You please tell me that. Because he was confused amongst all his so-called identities. So he surrenders to Krishna. Therefore, Krishna's role or a spiritual guide's role is, to offer the truth of perfect spiritual knowledge, because spiritual knowledge is related to the spirit soul, our journey. It's not related to only bodily knowledge. So it's a big grey area, unknown area. We have not experienced anything spiritual. So it's an unknown area. That unknown area is, the guidance related to that area is offered by the spiritual master. His role is to offer spiritual knowledge. He teaches us to practically apply as per time, place and circumstance. Everybody's level is different. Everybody's circumstances are different. Situations are different. Everybody's swabhav, nature is different. So therefore our scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, they do not blindly tell same thing to everybody. It's divided. Everybody's duty is different. As a warrior, Arjuna is differently situated. His duty is different. As somebody who is supposed to be a teacher, his duty is different. His spiritual duty also is according to the time, place, circumstance, he has to follow it, that duty. So our spiritual master knows us in and out, and he knows what we can do, what we are capable of, what is our nature, and according to our nature he guides us. According to our not only nature, according to a circumstance, according to a time. Same Mahabharata, if you see, here Krishna is advising Arjun that Uttishta, khade ho jao, fight this war with all vigor, fight. But same Krishna actually went, prior to this war, he went to Kauravas, he went to Duryodhan to stop the war. He said, ki you give us only 5 villages to rule. At that time he was there to stop the war. That circumstance was different, but same Krishna is now advising Arjun to fight. So circumstance is different, the instruction is different. So our spiritual master knows our family related circumstance, maybe our spouse, husband-wife relationship, their situation, our father-mother situation, family condition, our culture, our upbringing, our nature in mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance, what combination we are in. He perfectly identifies us and guides according to time, place, circumstance. Corrects our wrongdoings on the path of back to Godhead. Back to Godhead means to spiritual world. We give him a right to correct us. It is very important. If we see today, greatest problem is what? If you see a problem in a person, what is the greatest issue? He doesn't listen. Correct. You deeply think on this. Take any situation, any person. What is the problem? He doesn't listen. She doesn't listen in a certain stage. That is the problem. So if a human civilization gives a right to at least one person in their life and listen to them, most of the problems will be solved. That way, spiritual master is always the shelter of humanity. Guru, आप देखेंगे, kings in the past who were perfect, Lord Ram, Lord Krishna, or our Dashrath Maharaj, whom do they take shelter of when they are in a problematic situation? Who guides them? They go to their Guru. So a family which has a Guru can be taken out of crisis when they surrender to that Guru. Because everybody decides we will listen to him. Because he is a realized man. He is a sensible man. He is not partial to this party or that party. He is God's person. He knows God's will. He knows our situation. He knows who, जैसे पिताजी जानते हैं दोनों बच्चों में झगड़ा हुआ तो कैसे सॉल्व करना है. Apparently sometimes it is an injustice to somebody, but ultimately it is for beneficial of everybody, benefit of everybody, isn't it? Because similar to this, sometimes why actually if you see the capability and competence and skill level, divinity of two parties in Bhagavad Gita or Mahabharata, Kauravas and Pandavas, the Kauravas have no values. They are morally very down. They are driven by greed. They are driven by lust, anger, envy, illusion. Whereas you see the other party is fully divine. But when Krishna is saying that 5 गांव दे दो, क्या लायकी है उस दुर्योधन की उसको पूरा किंगडम देने का? क्या लायकी है? But why Krishna is asking only 5 villages? He knows Yudhishthir Maharaj is so divinely situated, he can be the ruler of the world, and that way this world be on a very good path. Why is he asking 5 villages? Because the Guru, the spiritual master, sees time, place, circumstance and adjusts the things accordingly. The greater plan is known to him. We saw last time. Vedaham samatitani vartamanani charjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vettana kaschana. Can you switch it on? So, who knows past, present and future? Krishna knows. His perfect representatives know. And therefore, they can guide. They know what is our situation, what we were in the past, what is our present, and what will be our future. They know whole formula is known to त्रिकालज्ञ संत, जो सेंटली पर्सन है, व्यास मुनि है, नारद मुनि है, और बहुत सारे हैं, वो त्रिकालज्ञ है, उनको सब पता है. डू वी नो? नो. In Bhagavad Gita last time we saw that how Arjuna asks Krishna, how did you tell this knowledge to sun god Vivaswan when you are my friend, you are born just few years back? How do you tell that Ivam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Aham Avyayam? ये अव्यय ज्ञान मैंने सूर्य भगवान को दिया था. अर्जुन, कृष्ण what he says? बहुनी में व्यतीतानि जन्मानि तव च अर्जुना तान्यहम वेद सर्वाणि. वेद मतलब ज्ञान. I know all these births. I and you have appeared many times, but I know all of them. Natvam vedha parantapa. You don't know. Because Krishna sees actually. Similarly, a spiritual master sees and he can correct us. So we should give that right to some person. It's not problem with people around us. We should see the problem within us also. We are somebody who also do not listen to some things. We are also sometimes problem for somebody else. We just see problems in other, but we don't see problem in ourselves. But spiritual master is such a shelter that we feel full faith in him, that whatever he tells, I would like it or not like it, it is good for me, ultimately beneficial. Yat shreyah nishchitam bruhi tanme. What is ultimately beneficial for me, you please tell me. Whether I should fight or not. I think I should not fight. Why should I kill my own kinsman? Why should I kill my brother? Why should I kill my grandfather? So Arjun, please, Krishna, please tell me what is good for me ultimately. So spiritual master is that shelter. He gives instruction and guidance in reviving our pure consciousness. We know the ultimate purpose of our life is getting out of all material things, becoming spiritually situated, perfect. So he gives us instructions and guidance in reviving it. So what happens is, we have a bodily concept of life, that I am this body, not this soul, and things related to this body are mine. Janasya mohoyam aham mameti. Who am I and what is mine? If you ask a newly born baby, what is your name? He doesn't have a name. If I ask you, who are you? You will tell name. But a baby doesn't have name. Similarly, at the time of death, when soul passes away, who is his? Who is his? There was a story where a boy was dead and a king who was so much attached to that boy. That story we'll see later in reincarnation, but since the topic has come, this boy was dead and king was shocked and unhappy because he was a child and he was fully attached to him. That king went to sage, and that sage revived the life of the boy. And then boy came up and he asked, why did you call me? Who are you? Who were you when I was not born to you? And who are you when I am dead? You may be father of my body, but you are not father of my soul. Do we remember who were our father, mother last birth? And do we know who are they in the next birth? Completely forgotten. So it's a temporary relationship, I and mine, whatever we associate with. So with that temporary relationship, if we involve our consciousness only in that relationship, we are bound to get into that temporary relationships all the times, birth and death. So bodily attachment leads to our attachment to body. Why we don't want to die? Because we are attached to body. So that attachment actually leads to misery. We saw this with a car's example, if you remember. I am associating with the car. As soon as I buy the car, it becomes mine. But that same car was not mine a day before I bought it. Or if I sell out that car won't be mine. Similarly, this body is today mine, I feel. How do I get this body? Did I do something to get this body? Did I do something to get the shape of my face? Did I do something to get a shape of, my ears, or my ability to see or ability to hear? Is it designed by me? Somebody has given it to me. So what right do I have to get attached to it, thinking that it is mine? So this kind of attachment leads to misery. So with that attachment, we get into duality of what is mine and what is not mine, what is good for me and what is not good for me. We become selfish, we become bodily oriented. Everything that is desirable for bodily happiness, we feel that it is correct. And whatever is not good, अनुकूल जो नहीं है, प्रतिकूल जो है, वो गलत है. This duality comes, happiness and distress, this duality comes. The good and bad, our own conceptions of good and bad comes because of duality. Same duality was existing on the battlefield of Kurukshetra in the minds of Arjuna. We gave an example of uncle, my uncle, if he is caught and it is the evidence is there that he has done some criminal activity. I am a judge. Should I give a judgment in his favor? Same thing is happening here. श्रेयोनि हत्वा महानुभावान, महानुभाव, गुरु न हत्वा, गुरु को मैं कैसे हत्या करूं? पर वो गुरु कौन है? द्रोणाचार्य है, जो अश्वत्थामा से अटैच्ड है. अश्वत्थामा मेरा है ऐसा सोच के वो उस साइड में गए. मैं किसी का नमक खा रहा हूं इसलिए भीष्मदेव दुर्योधन के साइड में गए. तो दुर्योधन का साइड तो गलत है ना, विष खिलाया है. They have given poison to Bhishma. They have tried to burn down all Pandavas. They have did all conspiracies to finish them. Is it dharmic? So why should Bhishma and Drona go in that side? They have their own dharma. It's a difficult time, place, circumstance. If you see Srimad Bhagavat, there are 12 Mahajanas. Mahajanastu Gatastu Pantha means one should follow Mahajanas. Mahajana yena Gatastu Pantha. Whatever is the path followed by Mahajanas, one should adopt that path. And there are 12 Mahajanas, out of which Bhishma is one Mahajana. Ultimately, Bhishma was so Krishna conscious that Krishna himself was present in front of Bhishma Dev when he left his body. And seeing Lord Krishna and glorifying him, he went back to spiritual world. He attained perfection of life. But he was in Duryodhana, on the Duryodhana side. That difficult it is to understand how that he got perfection even being in Duryodhana side, and how Arjuna was enforced to fight against him and to kill him. It's all difficult to understand. That's why Guru is required. So these dualities can be overcome by guidance of spiritual master. We become, we become attached to various conceptions of bodily existence by which we hate something, envy something, we become selfish about something, we exploit something. Even for the sake of spirituality, if we are exploiting somebody else, it's not spirituality. So it needs a lot of guidance. And here in duality, love implies hate for anything in discord with the object of love. Like implies dislike, attraction implies repulsion, and so on. If you love somebody, you may act in his favor, which may be adharma. Love for somebody may mean that you are not giving justice to somebody else. You are hating somebody. It can imply in duality like that. You can't take sides in duality. You can't be here or there. Both ways you can incur sin. Are you getting my point? how you can get incur sin by taking this side or that side. Both sides you can incur sin. If Arjun would decide not to fight, he would incur sin. If he would fight, he would incur sin. So what would not incur sin is called as spiritual way of doing things, which is called as akarma. Kim karma, kim akarmeti. In that verse, karma and akarma refer to not to be done and to be done. But the verse akarmanascha bodhavyam means karma kya hai, akarma kya hai, vikarma kya hai. You take it from me, Krishna says. Karmani akarma yah pashyet, akarmani cha karma yah sabuddhiman manusheshu. One who is intelligent, one who can see not doing as doing and doing as not doing. It's a bouncer. What is that doing but not doing? And not doing but doing. Not doing but doing means what? Somebody is getting killed and not doing anything. You are doing something. This is duality. Are you getting this? Duality is so dangerous. By not doing also you are doing something. And by doing something you are not doing something. That also is a secret. So that secret is beyond material attachments. It's on a spiritual platform. That can be taught to us by spiritual master. Attachment gives rise to fear, hankering, lamentation, anger. Nistraigunya bhava Arjuna. Yes, Vedas, right. Niryogakshema Atmavan. Yes. So what she is referring to, that's a verse from Bhagavad Gita which says that in Vedas there are various things which are good for us and bad for us. But these good and bad are in the zone of Trigunya, Trigunas. They are under duality, do's and don'ts. But you come above it, these superficial do's and don'ts. Stay yourself on a spiritual Atma platform, Atma Parayana Manu. So that is a different stage which requires a lot of guidance. Because we can't jump to it immediately, it needs guidance. It's called dovetailing your activities in spirituality, not changing your activities. So that's a secret. Yes, you were saying something.
When you say doing and not doing, again, it is, if I do it, it is going to incur sin, and if I don't do it, again, it is going to incur sin. So can you explain, probably in terms of parenthood, I'm thinking from the love point of a parent, so do I love, again, incurring sin, if I don't love, then again, incurring sin. So how do you keep a balance, or how do I understand?
Right. So as far as parents are concerned, their duties with respect to what is good and bad change according to the distance to which they can see the good. This is one thing. So if a child is hungry and not eating anything, and it doesn't eat anything, and on that account the health of that boy is dwindling. Sometimes it may happen that he is not eating any healthy food, but he wants to eat something like chocolate and chips and this thing, pizzas, and that only he wants to eat. And without it, he is not ready to eat anything and he is going to suffer a lot. Then doctor may sometimes allow, जाने दो जो खाता है वो तो दो उसको. But ultimately it is not good for him. So you will give him from the point of view of managing certain time, place, circumstance. But you know it is not good for him ultimately. But you are giving him for ultimate good. This is difficult to understand sometimes, isn't it? So similarly, this akarma, karma is difficult to understand, but it has to be sanctioned by an authority. And that authority is spiritual master. It's not our own speculations. Sometimes even giving that can be poisonous to that boy and he may die. And you may speculate, नहीं कुछ नहीं खा रहा है, ये तो खाने दो, दिया और मर गया, क्या करेंगे? तो doctor is the authority who decides whether it is good for him. Similarly, in spiritual life, spiritual master is the authority. And believe me, spiritual master is absolutely required. We can't only reading books and deciding it for ourselves. Especially this is the problem. We think it from bodily concept of life, everything. So it gives, the symptoms are these. These symptoms, as long as they are there, we are on a bodily platform. So we have expectations, but reality is different. And we see that according to our expectations, this world does not move. Arjun had certain expectations from his, Draupadi had certain expectations from Dhritarashtra, because he is the uncle. He would see us as, we don't have father. Pandavas did not have father, Pandu Maharaj was no more. And Pandavas were seeing Dhritarashtra as their uncle who will take care when father is not there. They were seeing him as fatherly as their own father. They had expectations. They were there in the jungles, and when Pandu Maharaj died, they came to Hastinapur. The sages took these boys to Hastinapur because they were, future kings. But how were they received? The reality was different, and their own brothers were going to, kill them. Such a miserable, if you see, they are children of demigods. What fortune they should have, but they were always misfortune, all the times, under miseries, tribulations. The reality is different. They are so qualified, but they are miserable. That is the duality of the world. Because here, कौन लायक है वो मैटर नहीं करता है, क्या फॉर्चून है वो मैटर करता है. कभी कभी फॉर्चून ओवर पावर्स आवर कर्म, हार्ड वर्क. Whatever you do, something is not successful. It doesn't mean that we should stop working, but how we should work is very yoga karmasu kaushalam. What is that way by which one can work under all testing, tribulations and such dualities in reality is taught by spiritual masters. So expectation reality, huge gap is there. This gap is especially there because of identity fragmentation. We are into duality because we see from these identities with the body. It develops certain attachments, and these attachments, we have so many faces with which we have to present ourselves to the world. Suppose आपका मैरिज एनिवर्सरी है, आपके पत्नी ने सब घर पे पार्टी का सुविधा किया है और ऑफिस में ऐसा काम आया कि रात को 12 बजे तक नहीं घर पहुंचे. इट्स अ मिजरेबल सिचुएशन. एंड you take side of somebody. Dhritarashtra took side of Duryodhana because he is son. He used to say, Vidur, आप जो भी आप मुझे बता रहे हो सब मुझे बराबर लग रहा है, but I can't do it because of false attachments, bodily attachments. अर्जुन क्यों बोल रहे हैं, I don't want to fight. न योत्से इति गोविंदम उक्त्वा तूष्णीम बभूवः. न, मैं नहीं फाइट करूंगा, ये रखा मेरा बाण रख दिया, शांत बैठ गया, मैं नहीं फाइट करूंगा. क्यों? Bodily attachment. He is representing that bodily attachment because he thinks that how can I kill my own kinsman? Whom will I show after I win if I kill them? That's the point. ऐसा स्वर्ग भी क्यों चाहिए, अर्जुन बोलते हैं. स्वर्ग जैसा ये भी क्यों चाहिए और स्वर्ग भी क्यों चाहिए? नहीं चाहिए. जिनको मार के मैं ये सब भोगूंगा, ये सब मुझे नहीं चाहिए. बिकॉज बॉडीली अटैचमेंट. He forgot that why he is supposed to fight. Because what this Duryodhana and company will do, what they did with Draupadi वस्त्रहरण, वो होना है क्या सब पूरे द्रौपदियों का? हाँ, अधर्म का राज्य होगा तो वही होगा. तो he is supposed to be the leader. So therefore this identity fragmentation, there are two terms in Vedic scriptures, Kripana and Brahmana. Can somebody adjust it little bit without, it's a very nazuk काम है. Not that, height from below, that below the projector there is a nut below. हाँ,
sentence झाल्यावर.
somebody knows that. So Kripana and Brahmana. Kripana is that one who due to bodily attachment ignores spiritual life. Now when we yes, this is all right. So Kripana, he thinks that body is everything. कंजूस आदमी किसको बोलते हैं? Can somebody tell? कंजूस, कृपण, miserly person. Miserly person means what? खर्चा नहीं करता. उसके पास पैसा है बट खर्चा नहीं करता, उसको miserly बोलते हैं. So if somebody is a millionaire but he doesn't want to spend, उसको कंजूस बोलते हैं. तो similarly, why is it said that a bodily conscious person or bodily attachment ignoring a spiritual life is a कंजूस, miserly, कृपण? क्यों? नहीं, कंजूस क्यों बोला है? स्पेंड नहीं कर रहा है कुछ, तो मतलब क्या? रहने दो. हाँ, सो क्यों बोला है? क्या हमारे पास ऐसी कुछ संपत्ति है जो हम उपयोग नहीं लाते हैं? फ्रॉम स्पिरिचुअल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, it is said that human consciousness is such elevated. There are 5 stages or levels of human consciousness. They are compared to a budding flower. Consciousness जानते हैं, चेतना, सचेत जिस वजह से हम हैं. Can a dog come here and listen to this discourse? Can understand? No. Why? What is missing in the dog and what is there in us? Level of consciousness, human level of consciousness. We saw in Discover Yourself. What is the difference between human and animal? आहार निद्रा भयमैथुनम च सामान्यम एतत् पशुभिर्नराणाम. No, animals can think. That's what is given in Mahabharata. आहार निद्रा भयमैथुनम च सामान्यम एतत् पशुभिर्नराणाम. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Samanyam. Both animals and human beings are equal in that. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Mating in general, any happiness of this material world. We are same. Animals also sleep, we also sleep. We also eat, they also eat. We also have our counterparts for enjoyment, they also have. And they defend. I am working in defense research and development. I am also defending. I am a scientist. I am trying to defend, give that technology by which we can defend from enemies. But it is same as animals. They defend with their claws or their teeth. They have their own defense mechanism. Our bodies have their own defense mechanism. So what is the difference? Intelligence for what? Intelligence is there in dog also. Decision making is there in dog also.
Power of talking.
Power of discussion.
May not be our way of talking, but they have their way of communicating.
Discrimination power.
सत्सद विवेक बुद्धि.
Right. Sat Sat Vivek Buddhi. Vivek क्या है? What is Vivek? Sat Asat का Vivek.
Right and wrong.
So a dog also has some kind of right and wrong, isn't it? We see those videos in which a herd of animals, some ferocious tiger attacks a herd of animals, and then that herd of animals protests and they make this tiger run away. They protect their own community, they protect their children. So there is Vivek, Shakti. Animals में वो भी होता है. What is, I already told you, आहार निद्रा भय मैथुनम च सामान्यम. धर्मो तु तेषाम अधिको विशेषो. They don't have dharma, conception of dharma. What is divine and demoniac they don't know. So that dharma is our power. We can understand. what has to be done and what should not be done. That is not there in animal discrimination. Their discrimination of what is good and bad is based on ahara nidra bhaya maithunam. What is good for my good ahar? What is good for my good defense? That level of consciousness we can transcend. We can know who am I, where from I came, what is my destination of life, where I go after death, what is duty and what is not duty, which will liberate me from miseries forever, which will implicate me. Is there any God? Is there His law? Am I acting according to His law or not? These are topics of human beings. They are not topics of animals. So, consciousness which is not situated on this level is called dharmena hinaha pashubhi samana. They are as good as animals, two-legged animals, if they can't think of these questions. So, kripana means human being that has been endowed with this capability of thinking, he is ignoring it. क्यों टेंशन ले रहा है यार, बोलेगा वो, धर्म का कुछ बोलेगा तो खाओ पियो मजा करो बस सो जाओ, क्या चाहिए, टेंशन नहीं लेने का, कुछ ऐसा जीने का, यही धर्म है. सो दैट इज एनिमल धर्म. दैट काइंड ऑफ कॉन्शियसनेस इज कृपणा. बट वन हु वांट्स टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस एंड वांट्स टू गो टू स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर इज अ ब्राह्मण. ब्राह्मण इज नॉट अ कास्ट. चातुर्वर्ण्यम मया सृष्टम गुण कर्म विभागशः. 4 वर्ण मैंने बनाए हैं. वो मैंने कैसे बनाया है? गुण और कर्मों के हिसाब से. क्या गुण है? He wants to inquire about spiritual truth. So that is the difference. Kripana attaches himself to flickering happiness, not considering death will finish everything. Brahmana chooses the path of spiritual progression, acting within the world but keeping the ultimate spiritual goal in mind. Srila Prabhupada was asked by one of the reporters once in foreign countries, Srila Prabhupada, what if there is no Krishna and you come to know about it at the time of death? कृष्ण ही नहीं है ऐसा आपको समझ में आ गया भगवान मरते वक्त, तो आपका क्या फायदा है? आप कृष्ण 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 करके पूरा जीवन बिता दिए, अभी क्या फायदा है? कृष्ण ही नहीं है तो. व्हाट वुड बी योर आंसर? हमने देखा है कृष्ण को. श्रील प्रभुपाद ने तो खुद देखा है कृष्ण को, महसूस किया. ही इज स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर, गुरु, तत्वदर्शिन, उन्होंने दर्शन किया है, उनको पता है कृष्ण. इस बुद्धू को पता नहीं, इसको मेथड भी पता नहीं, इसलिए पूछ रहा है. What Srila Prabhupada said was, anyway I have lived a life better and happier than what you can imagine. So I have no loss. अगर मैं कृष्ण के पीछे भागते भागते दुखी हो के जी रहा हूं तो फिर प्रॉब्लम है ना. आपका प्रश्न यही है ना कि आपने इतना तपस्या किया, ये किया, वो किया, और आपको क्या मिला बाद में? उल्टा है. क्या है? धर्मम सुसुखम कर्तुम अव्ययम. ये धर्म का मार्ग सुख का मार्ग है, जो करने के बाद कोई दुखी नहीं होता है इस जीवन में भी. यम लब्ध्वा चा परम लाभम मन्यते नाधिकम तथा. इसको प्राप्त करने के बाद इससे बड़ा दूसरा कोई लाभ ही नहीं है, ऐसा वो साधक मानने लगता है, क्योंकि वो अनुभव करता है इस चीज का. तो ब्राह्मण हैज दीज हायर स्पिरिचुअल गोल्स, नॉट फ्लिकरिंग मटेरियल हैप्पीनेस. He is committed to that, and at the time of death, even if all of that is false, he is happy because he has led a very happy life. And it's a truth that at the time of death, whoever thinks of Lord Krishna, he will go back to Godhead. So this is Brahmana. Although physically powerful, Arjuna's attachment reduced him to utter weakness. In such a condition, he placed himself humbly before his spiritual master Krishna, and that is the way. Humble surrender, seva and questions. Yes, somebody has.
Yeah. So in the definition of Kripana and Brahmana also, can we say that since we are in progression for spiritual life, we would be called as Brahmana?
Yes, absolutely. If you have a genuine heart of inquiry and you give it a priority in life, that is talking about priority. You may know that yes, spirituality is good, spirituality has to be followed, but what you are doing for that? आपके पास गूगल मैप में जहां जाना है, जहां पे खजाना है, उसका मैप है आपके पास, पर मैप लेके बैठे, तो दैट इज कृपणा। खजाना है, पता है, बट गुरु को जाके पूछ रहे हैं क्या कैसे जाना है, कि कंसिडर फॉर सम टाइम गूगल मैप इज अवर गुरु फॉर गोइंग टू द डेस्टिनेशन। तो ये जो गुरु है उसको हम रास्ता पूछ रहे हैं क्या? कहीं फंस गए तो कहां वहां से कैसे निकलना है देख रहे हैं क्या? गुरु इज सीइंग फ्रॉम टॉप। जैसे एक जंगल में कोई ऊपर से हेलीकॉप्टर आता है मदद करने के लिए, उसको पता है कहां फंसे और कैसे निकालना है, कहां जाना है, ऊपर कैसे उठाना है। बट वो हेलीकॉप्टर को आप भाव ही नहीं दे रहे हो, वहीं फंसे हो, तो कृपण नहीं तो क्या बोलेंगे? क्या फालतू का आदमी है, क्या कहां फंसा हुआ है। संत लोग हंसते हैं ऐसे लोगों पे। क्या कर रहे हैं? शरीर के लिए, हाँ 2 BHK लिया, 3 BHK के पीछे भाग रहे हैं। क्या होगा? 2 BHK 3 BHK सब छोड़ के तो जाना पड़ेगा। कृपण ही है ना। और वहां आध्यात्मिक जगत में अपना एक बंगला बन रहा है ना वो छोड़ दिया है, जो कि कभी खत्म नहीं होगा। यहां पे वो 2 BHK 3 BHK करते करते मर गए, तो एक चूहा बन के उसी घर में आएंगे फिर से, वो घर की अटैचमेंट। चूहा बन गए तो लॉस है ना। विल सी दिस इन रीइंकार्नेशन एंड इवॉल्विंग टुवर्ड्स परफेक्शन, बट दैट इज माइजरनेस, माइजरली वीकनेस। what is that word in Bhagavad Gita? कार्पण्य दोषोपहत स्वभाव। कार्पण्य, कृपण, कृपणता की वजह से दुर्बलता है। हमारी दुर्बलता भी वही होती है ना। गुरु के पास जाएंगे, गुरु बोलेंगे ऐसा करो, तो कर पाऊंगा क्या? मेरे सर्कमस्टेंस में मेरे से नहीं होगा। कृपणता है, नहीं होगा, नहीं करना है, प्रायोरिटी नहीं है। दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम। बट जिसको गुरु चाहिए, वो जिसको स्पिरिचुअल परफेक्शन चाहिए, उसको प्रायोरिटी देना चाहिए। यही हम बता रहे हैं। पॉजिटिव थिंकर मतलब थिंक पॉजिटिव अबाउट हैविंग अ स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर, अप्रोच अ स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर, इंक्वायर फ्रॉम हिम सबमिसिवली, डू सेवा टू हिम, गिव अ प्रायोरिटी. So there is this absolute necessity of a spiritual master. This we saw this verse, Bhagavad Gita. So intelligence is cultivated by the authorities we accept in our lives. हम देखते हैं कि हम डॉक्टर के पास जाते, एक उदाहरण दिया, हम टीचर्स के पास जाते, पेरेंट्स, टेक्स्ट बुक्स के पास जाते, और कृष्ण स्वयं भी खुद भी सांदीपनी मुनि का आश्रय लेते हैं. भगवान राम विश्वामित्र मुनि के पास जाते, वशिष्ठ मुनि के पास जाते, धौम्य के पास जाते हैं, पांडव भी, सब ऋषि मुनियों के पास जाते हैं. अगर देखेंगे इन महाभारत, इट इज डिस्क्राइब्ड दैट जब मय दानव ने पूरा इंद्रप्रस्थ बनाया, तो दैट इंद्रप्रस्थ वाज लाइक अ गॉडली हेवनली पैलेस. एंड व्हाट वाज हैपनिंग देयर? ऑल लिस्ट ऑफ ऑल स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर इज गिवन, ऑल ग्रेट डिवाइन सेजेस इज गिवन. They were always there in that palace, and all Pandavas, all Yudhishthir Maharaj were always trying to inquire from them submissively, surrender to them, serve them. You see, king, what he does, from king to the kinsman, everybody does this in a divine society. But in a demoniac society, there is no concept of surrendering to somebody. Everybody is their own god. They think I am God. Wow, who else is required? I will do whatever is perfect. I know perfection. Nobody shall tell me. This is the symptom. This is miserly weakness. डॉक्टर के पास बहुत सारे माइजर्स नहीं जाते हैं. पैसा नहीं है मेरे पास, नहीं जाने दो, छोड़ दो. But Krishna himself accepts a spiritual master. Krishna communicates through the parampara system he establishes. So there is a parampara system. एवं परंपरा प्राप्तम इमं राजर्षयो विदुः. राजर्षि ने इसको परंपरा से जाना है. तो देयर इज अ अनब्रोकन चेन ऑफ डिसिप्लिक सक्सेशन फ्रॉम वन गुरु टू अनदर. दिस इज कॉल्ड संप्रदाय. सो दिस संप्रदाय फ्रॉम योर इमीडिएट गुरु टू गॉड, इट इज फुल्ली कनेक्टेड स्पिरिचुअली. लाइक दिस ट्यूबलाइट इज light, giving light because it is connected to ultimately a powerhouse. Similarly, all spiritual masters who give guidance and directions are connected to supreme spiritual master, Krishna. So, identifying genuine and cheating is very, very important. Who is genuine spiritual master and who is cheating? What happens is, when we are convinced that spiritual master is required, especially when one reads Bhagavad Gita, does satsanga for sufficient amount of time, he comes to know that spirituality is not just a time pass. yeah, emotional thing. It's a very serious, serious outlook of life. It's a serious practice. It's a heart's business. It's not only bodily business. Our heart has to be there. Then he hankers for a spiritual master because he knows the formula. Krishna himself is telling, accept a spiritual master. Who is the propounder of Vedas? Who is the propounder of Dharma? He is telling spiritual master is required. And Krishna himself is there on the battlefield of Kurukshetra to guide Arjuna, and he is also saying to Arjuna that you must have a spiritual master. So it is so important, that spiritual master in life. So then the question comes, who is genuine and who is not genuine? Because we can't approach this very sentimentally or emotionally. My spiritual master, because we are going to surrender to him. We are going to ask him in trouble. We are going to take guidance from him in a very minute way. We are going to reveal to him our heart. So he should be rightly qualified. He should be trustworthy. So it's not that spiritual master is somebody who has a certain attire. दाढ़ी मूछे है या कुछ तिलक पहना है, कंठीमाल पहना है, कुछ तो कमंडल उधारण किया है और कुछ एक्सटर्नल सिम्टम्स आर ओके. बट स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर का जो रियल सिम्टम्स है, हु इज नॉट अ गुरु, वी हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई. फर्स्ट थिंग, ही चार्जेस फीस टू गिव सीक्रेट मंत्रास. नो गुरु विल चार्ज यू फॉर गिविंग स्पिरिचुअल नॉलेज. 100 रुपीज हमारा फीस हमने क्यों रखा है पॉजिटिव थिंकर का? कथा करके द्रव्य लेने के लिए नहीं रखा है. बिकॉज जनरली वी हैव सीन दैट फीस 100 रुपए दिया है तो लोग आते हैं, क्योंकि पैसे का ज्यादा महत्व है. दैट इज अनफॉर्चुनेट सिचुएशन. नहीं तो कुछ भी नहीं दिया है तो आए क्या नहीं आए क्या, ऐसा होता है, इसलिए तो लिया है. तो कथा करके द्रव्य नहीं लेते हैं गुरु. कथा का द्रव्य, सुनने का कोई द्रव्य नहीं होता है, मंत्र का कोई ये नहीं होता है. देन टीच, they do not teach against Vedic austerities in the name of time, place, circumstance or a more natural approach. कोई भी गुरु वैदिक धर्म में जो नियम है वो नियम को छोड़ के आपको स्पिरिचुअलिटी बता रहा है तो गुरु नहीं है. भगवद गीता tells something, our Vedas are telling something, and this so-called spiritual master is telling, forget Vedas, don't go in that. कुछ भी खाओ, कुछ भी पियो, कुछ भी मजा करो. मैं आपको ये मंत्र देता हूं, मुझे 100 रुपीज दे दो, 500 रुपए दे दो, एक दक्षिणा, बस तुम्हारा कल्याण हो जाएगा. ही इज नॉट अ गुरु. वी हैव टू क्लियरली सी दिस. पैसे के लिए या कुछ ऐसा, वेद क्या बोलते हैं जाने दो, मैं क्या बोलता हूं वो सही है. कुछ जादू दिखाता है, जादू टोना. टीचेस योगा बट नॉट एज अ मीन्स ऑफ कनेक्टिंग टू गॉड. बहुत सारे लोग योग सिखाते हैं ना, क्या सिखाते हैं योग में? ये है, इट्स पार्ट ऑफ योगिक प्रैक्टिस. देयर आर स्टेजेस ऑफ योगा, जिसमें योग प्राणायाम भी आता है, आसन प्रत्याहार प्राणायाम ये सब आता है उसमें योग के मार्ग में. बट यही सब कुछ भगवान को प्राप्त करने का मेथड है, ऐसा नहीं है. दिस इज नॉट द ओनली थिंग दैट योगा टीचेस. In fact, until and unless one controls his senses through practical day-to-day rules and regulations according to scriptural injunctions, one cannot attain pranayam, samadhi, all this. Pratyahar is the method. Before, ahar, pratyahar, ये सब भगवद गीता में दिया है. Everything has to be balanced. So one who is disregarding Vedic literature, Vedic scriptures, तुम कुछ भी खाओ, मांस, मच्छी, मटन, दारू पियो, कुछ भी सिगरेट फूको, कुछ भी करो और सिर्फ ये करो तो तुम स्पिरिचुअली परफेक्ट हो गए. सो ही इज नॉट अ गुरु. युक्ताहार विहारस्य युक्त कर्मस्य व्हाट इज दैट वर्स? युक्ताहार विहारस्य युक्त कर्मस्य युक्ताव स्वप्नाव बोधस्य योगो भवति दुःखः. योगा मीन्स बैलेंसिंग एवरीथिंग. युक्त आहार, आहार क्या लेना है इसके नियम है तो योग साध्य होता है, नहीं तो योग साध्य नहीं होता है. तुम कुछ भी खाओ, कुछ भी पियो, मजे करो और ये योगा करो, बस दैट इज नॉट करेक्ट. कुछ भी रहता है योग. किसके लिए योग? तो कैंसर से बाहर आने के लिए योग, किसी रोग से, दूसरे रोग से, मानसिक रोग से बाहर आने, ये सब साइड इफेक्ट्स है, बट दैट इज नॉट होल योग स्पिरिच्युअलिटी. सो वन हू जस्ट सेज ये सब नियम मराठीमध्ये म्हणा धाब्यावर बसवणे हे नियम बियम काही नाही, तुम्ही काय वाटेल तसे करा, दॅट इज नॉट गुरु. ही इज नॉट अ गुरु. मेंटेन पर्पज ऑफ योगा इज मोर मटेरियल हैप्पीनेस. ही टेल्स धनम देही पुत्रम देही सर्वान भोगान देही, मतलब सब मुझे दे दो, पुत्र चाहिए, प्रेम चाहिए, भौतिक वो विषय वस्तु चाहिए, धन संपत्ति, अच्छी पत्नी, अच्छे बच्चे, अच्छा घर, अच्छा सब कुछ भौतिक. पहला टीचिंग क्या है भगवत गीता का? भगवान ने अर्जुन को पहली चीज क्या बताई है? मात्रा स्पर्शास्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्ण सुख दुख दाहा आगमापाइनो नित्यः ताम स्थितिक्षस्व भारत. फर्स्ट टीचिंग, गुरु का पहला टीचिंग क्या है? जो भी तुम्हें वॉट एवर मिजरीज यू आर एक्सपीरियंसिंग हियर, मात्रा स्पर्शास्तु कौन्तेय, they are because senses, your bodily senses and this nature, objects of the senses, sparsha, they are coming in contact, and due to that contact what you are feeling? Shita ushna, sukha dukkha, agamapaino nitya, they will come and go, they will come and go, they will come and go like seasons come and go. Tam stitikshasva, tolerate them. Krishna is not telling surrender to me and I will give you everything, including material happiness. He is not promising material happiness. He is saying tolerate all that. You want to come out of that bodily conception of life, not remain in that. So Guru doesn't teach you how to remain in bodily consciousness and be absorbed in material happiness. कैसे संपत्ति मिलेगा, कैसा धन मिलेगा, कैसा क्या करना है, कुछ भी मिलेगा, ये फुसफुस करके कितना साल बढ़ने वाला है. हाँ, इसको बैलेंस करके हम साधना अच्छे से कर सकते हैं, इसलिए योग है. इसलिए योग नहीं है कि हम 5 साल और जिएंगे. मगर जिए के क्या करेंगे? आस्क अ बेड रिडन ओल्ड एज डिसीज्ड पर्सन, ही विल से मुझे मरना है भाई, 5 साल और नहीं जीना है. इट्स हॉरिबल, हिज बॉडीली प्रॉब्लम, ओल्ड एज, डिसीज, डेथ, it is horrible, I don't want this. So spiritual master doesn't teach you material happiness. If somebody's purpose is आप कैसे ऑफिस में सबको इंप्रेस कर पाओगे, आप आपके करियर में कैसे आगे बढ़ोगे, these are side effects, they are there. With yoga everything will come. महाभारत is called as विजय ग्रंथ. महाभारत का श्रुतिफल यह है कि आपको दुनिया में सबके ऊपर विजय प्राप्त होगी, आपके शत्रुओं के ऊपर, सबके ऊपर विजय प्राप्त होगी. पर आप शत्रु किसे मानते हैं? इफ यू आर थिंकिंग योर एनिमीज आर ऑन बॉडीली प्लेटफॉर्म, यू आर थिंकिंग दैट दिस इज एनिमी, दैट इज एनिमी, देन यू वोंट बी एबल टू किल द एनिमीज विद इन. काम, क्रोध, लोभ, मोह, मद मत्सर, illusion, greed, lust, all these are dragging us into bodily consciousness of life. So if somebody is only taking care of external so-called enemies and not able to go deep within, he is not having any spiritual benefit. So spiritual master doesn't give you that you do this puja and aapke enemy sab mar jayenge. Not that. That is called tantra upasana. It's not spirituality. So ये तंत्र मंत्र उपासना, ये भूत प्रेत, ये सब, ये या देवी देवताओं की उपासना किसी फल के लिए, तात्कालिक भौतिक फल के लिए, ये भगवत गीता और आध्यात्मिक गुरु सिखाते नहीं है. आपको अगर कुछ डिसीज है बॉडीली, डॉक्टर के पास जाओ, आयुर्वेद के पास जाओ, स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर उसके लिए नहीं. आपको कुछ पैसा कमाना है तो स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर पैसा कमाने के लिए नहीं है, वो सेमिनार अलग है पैसा कमाने के. आपका तापत्रयोन्मूलनम, उन्मूलनम मतलब जड़ से आपके सारे प्रॉब्लम उखाड़ के फेंक देने वाला स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर है. वो आपके प्रॉब्लम में कॉस्मेटिक बेनिफिट्स देने वाला नहीं है. हाँ, जेन्युइन गुरु इज नॉट दिस. वो जो गुरु है वो भी गुरु है. आपको फर्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड में गणित सिखाने वाले, सेकंड स्टैंडर्ड में इंग्लिश सिखाने वाले सब गुरु है. बट आध्यात्मिक गुरु, स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर, इसका मीनिंग अलग है. स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर ये सब नहीं है. teach that I God or everyone is God. I am God or everyone is God. If some guru is teaching that you are God, you are God, you are God, I am God, then he is not a guru. He is not a guru. It's a very serious thing. Once seminar was happening like this, our spiritual master, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he was challenged by somebody when this topic came. He was blabbering so many things and saying, I am God, I am God, I am God. You are also God. You have forgotten that you have God. Everyone is God. They have forgotten. So Maharaj was trying to tell him, but he was not in a mood to listen, because he was God. He will listen to whom? He will listen to nobody. So while he was talking again after the seminar was over, he was again pushing his own philosophy, which is not there according to Bhagavad Gita or scriptures. It's disregarding scriptures. What scriptures say is, Mama eva amsha jivaloke jiva bhuta sanatana. God says that all living beings are my part and parcel. Sanatana, forever. They are forever my part and parcel. How can a drop of ocean be ocean? Although it is called as an ocean. Part of ocean that we see in front of our eyes, is it the whole ocean? But still we call it ocean. But it is not in that sense that this is only this area is only ocean. And ocean has no existence beyond this. In the same, or a tree of a branch, we call a branch of a tree also a tree. If we see from our window, there is a branch is visible, not whole tree. What we say, there is a tree. But it doesn't mean that branch itself is a tree, full tree. Similarly, we are part and parcel of God. In that sense, we are God. But we are not supreme God who is controlling everything. While this debate was going on, that person said, excuse me, I want to go to washroom. Then he went to washroom. Maharaj told to his disciple, lock it from outside. तो ये बंदा अंदर जाने से पहले इसको बंद कर दिया, लॉक कर दिया. बंदा बोले जाना है मुझे, वो लॉक निकालो. महाराज बोलते भगवान हो, निकाल लो खुद ही. But this is called Mayavad. Mayavad is such a poison that a person doesn't understand what is sensible. All great Mahajanas, all Vedic scriptures, all genuine spiritual masters, all of them unanimously they accept this as a fact, that we are part and parcel of God. We are not supreme God. It's not that God forgets that He is God. Is it? Then how is He God? If God Himself is under the forgetfulness of His position, how can He be God? Yes?
We are taught from the childhood that there is a concept of Aham Brahmasmi. So what is that then?
Right, Aham Brahmasmi. But Aham Parabrahma Asmi. मैं ब्रह्म हूं पर परब्रह्म नहीं हूं. ब्रह्म मतलब आध्यात्मिक तेज हूं, आध्यात्मिक सचेत जीवात्मा हूं. ब्रह्मेति परमात्मेति भगवानिति शब्दते. श्रीमद् भागवतम tells that supreme perfection is attained by a living being in his realization in 3 levels. One is ब्रह्मेति, ब्रह्म मतलब आत्मा तत्व, आध्यात्मिक तत्व. परमात्मेति, ब्रह्म तत्व के ऊपर परमात्मा तत्व है, जो भगवद गीता में भी कहा गया है. भगवद गीता सेज क्षेत्रज्ञम चापि माम विद्धि सर्व क्षेत्रेषु भारत. क्षेत्रज्ञयो यज्ञानम तज्ञानम मतम मम. He says that we are all like Kshetrajna. Kshetrajna means Kshetra is our body. We are knower of the body. If something happens to my body, I am the knower. If somebody pinches, I know. If my headache is going on, I know. Because I am knower of my body, my Kshetra. Parantu, Kshetrajnam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. But, O Arjuna, know that I am the knower of all fields of activities. If my headache is there, can you perceive it? As your headache? No. But God can perceive it. because he is Parabrahma. He is knower of all fields. So Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavan. Bhagavan is even higher realization of spirituality or spiritual reality. That topic we have covered partially in DYS, Discover Yourself. But again, subsequently in next this self-manager and proactive leader, there these topics will come again and again. So Guru doesn't teach you that you are God. That is one of a very famous, leaders of a so-called spiritual this thing organization. One of my friends, he became the follower, and then he was impressed, and they are doing yoga and everything, but they have no rules and regulations to follow. And one day I asked him whether your guru tells you that you are also God. He said, yes, my guru tells that he is God. He also tells we are also God. So this is clear that this, if somebody tells that I am God, you are God, everyone is God, it is against Vedic principles. This can be a separate topic. Whole 2-3 hours can be spent on this topic. But as a litmus test, we should see. As soon as somebody says I am God, gone, he is a dog. Prabhupada used to say, he is a dog. Qualifications of the real Guru. The Guru must have heard the absolute truth in disciplic succession. He himself have a disciple. He is learned under his own Guru. His Guru has authorized him to be a spiritual master. He doesn't go beyond his own Guru. He has surrendered and followed that same process. So Guru Shishya Parampara is very important. This succession comprises of spiritual masters and disciples coming from God himself. There are 4 sampradayas which are taken as genuine sampradayas. Padma Puran says that Atah Kalau Bhavishyanti Chatvarina Sampradayina. 4 sampradaya honge. So we have seen that on a medicine it is written that this has to be taken under prescription of a physician, a doctor. So similarly, Vedic knowledge has to be taken under the guidance of such expert Guru, spiritual master. The Guru does not concoct some theory or philosophy of his own to promote himself in the public. गुरु वो नहीं है जो खुद का कुछ फिलॉसफी निकालता है जो वैदिक शास्त्र के बाहर है. वैदिक शास्त्र में कहीं ऐसा नहीं है. समथिंग लाइक वैदिक शास्त्र में नियम है कि यू शुड नॉट kill other animals and eat them. If you are spiritually inclined, you should not kill animals. Ahimsa is part of spirituality. But if some so-called spiritual master says, कुछ भी खाओ, किसी को भी मारो, बस आप spiritually perfect हो सकते हो, तो he cannot be spiritual master because it is against the basic book itself. It's not that he concocts his own theory and propounds it and it is passing. How can it be? Otherwise, there is no standard. Whatever I feel is correct. There has to be a standard. So he follows Vedic standard. He doesn't concoct his own theory and philosophy. Similar to what happens in our engineering curriculum. If you are getting your degree from an engineering college which is affiliated to UGC syllabus of Pune University, the teacher has to follow the Pune University syllabus. He can't teach something contrary to that syllabus. He will be removed as a teacher. He can't be recognized as a genuine teacher. So Guru doesn't concoct his philosophy. He will not come up with his own Bhagavad Gita. हाँ, ये मेरा भगवद गीता है कि भगवान को रखो बाजू में, ये भगवद गीता पढ़ो. It can't be like that. He repeats what he has heard from his Guru in disciplic succession. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada said, as it is, Bhagavad Gita as it is. He repeats the message. What is happening is, we saw the dualities. In dualities, we can't know the truth, absolute truth. Therefore, the guidance is coming from top, from the manufacturer of this world. So, as I gave example, this computer, if it has to be troubleshooted, it has to be a genuine manual of operation. It can't be my own concoction. I can't come up with my own manual to repair this laptop. Although I may know some part of computer engineering or something, but the company might have done something according to their own design. So Guru,
four sampradayas, which are four sampradayas, which are
ब्रह्म संप्रदाय, रुद्र संप्रदाय, कुमार संप्रदाय और नहीं, ब्रह्म संप्रदाय एंड श्री संप्रदाय एक ही है. ब्रह्म रुद्र नहीं, these are all Vaishnava संप्रदायs. I'll let you know. Fourth one I am forgetting. These are four sampradayas. So ISKCON comes under मध्व गौड़ीय संप्रदाय, ब्रह्म मध्व गौड़ीय संप्रदाय, ब्रह्मदेव से जो आए हैं वहां से. So this is a unbroken chain of disciplic succession coming from one guru to another guru. Kumar, yes. One from Lakshmi, one from Brahmadev, one from four Kumaras, and one from Rudra. These are four sampradayas. The Guru must have realized the conclusions of the scriptures by deliberation. निष्णात होना चाहिए गुरु को. गुरु निष्णात है, अपने वैदिक नॉलेज में निष्णात है, अपने बुक्स में, अपने स्टडी में, अपने प्रैक्टिस में, अपने रियलाइजेशन में perfectly situated hai. He can quote from various scriptures to provide the proof, Vedic proof, that what he is saying is according to scriptural guidelines. He quotes great saintly authorities. He doesn't speak of his own. Whatever he speaks is from scriptures. You can verify it from scriptures. And he has understood and realized the truth by deliberation. Shabde parecha nishnatam brahmani upasamashayam. Means he is completely learned in that topic of Vedic scriptures. So वो निष्णात होना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं है कि इसको पता ही नहीं है भगवद गीता में क्या दिया है. He is not able to quote to support what he is saying is supported by Guru Shishya Parampara and Vedic literatures. Should be able to quote. It's not मैं बोल रहा हूं इसलिए absolute truth हो गया. No. If you see Srila Prabhupada, hear Srila Prabhupada, every word, every sentence, two sentence, he quotes a scripture. Bhagavatam में ऐसा दिया है. Bhagavad Gita is saying like this. Upanishads are saying like that. This Vedic scripture is saying like that. He repeats the message. He doesn't concoct his own message. But according to time, place, circumstance, he can make it easy for the person to adopt in his life. He can give some concessions. But they are similar to what example we discussed about a deceased small boy and parents, how they decide what to give him for eating. But he doesn't say that this is good for eating forever. He would tell that this is not good, but for time being you follow this. Because you are not able to come up to that standard, you can, okay, you go step by step. He can say like that. It's not immediately day one he will give you a यही procedure करो perfection का यही. He will adjust. Example is Narad Muni. क्या example है? मरा 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 राम 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 राम. You know? Anybody knows? हाँ. He was expert in killing animals and killing them so much so that he was not able to even utter Ram. It is said one who is sinful, he will not be able to utter holy names of God immediately. If you want to test somebody is sinful or not, बोलो हरे कृष्णा, वो बोलेगा ही नहीं हरे कृष्णा. जय श्री राम, वो बोलेगा ही नहीं जय श्री राम. क्योंकि sinful, heart is so sinful, can't chant holy names. तो नारद मुनि ने क्या किया? भाई तुम राम राम नहीं बोल सकते, मरा 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 तो बोल सकते हो, मारते हो इतना, मरा 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 बोलो, राम 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 हो गया उसका. तो स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर इज लाइक दैट. टाइम प्लेस सर्कमस्टेंस से ही इज वेरी इंटेलिजेंट टू he doesn't douse the fire. He tries to grow the fire of spirituality within the disciple. So sometimes spiritual master is supposed to teach a lesson to the disciple always. He has to be strict. तस्मात् पुत्रम च शिष्यम च ताड़येत न तु लालयेत. Scripture says that अगर आपको अच्छा शिष्य या अच्छा पेरेंट्स बनना है तो बच्चे को पीटो, शिष्य को पीटो, उसका ईगो खाली कर दो. But nowadays spiritual master cannot take up this role immediately. गुस्सा किया तो भाग जाएंगे disciple. तो तो ही एडजस्ट अकॉर्डिंग टू टाइम प्लेस। भाई इसको अभी से इतना लताड़ोगे तो बेचारा चला जाएगा, फिर उसका उद्धार कौन करेगा? तो स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर knows by deliberations how to apply certain principles according to circumstance. He has heard, understood, practiced and realized the absolute truth, thus he is fixed in devotional service to the Supreme. This is one of the symptoms. He is fixed in the devotional service. Once Srila Prabhupada was asked, how can I identify that one is spiritual master? Srila Prabhupada gave simple thing. He said, one who is completely attached to Supreme Person and always absorbed in his devotion, he is spiritual master. He is spiritual master who is completely always absorbed in Krishna. That is the symptom of a spiritual master. He is fixed in absolute truth. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantasya druda vrataha namasyantasya mam bhaktya. So महात्मानस्तु माम पार्थ दैवी प्रकृति में आश्रिता। जो महात्मा है वो हमेशा दैवी प्रकृति में रहते हैं और सततम कीर्तयन्तो माम, हमेशा मेरे कीर्तन में रहते हैं, वो महात्मा है। तो दैट इज वन सिम्टम दैट स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर इज ऑलवेज एब्सॉर्ब्ड इन स्पिरिचुअल subject matter. He is not absorbed in some money, some this or that. He is always absorbed in, although superficially, externally he is dealing with money, dealing with people, dealing with organization, dealing with setting ups or erecting some temples. In material world he may be roaming around just like others, but he is completely internally absorbed and connected to God. One who is absolutely addicted to Krishna is real spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada said. Should be able to confirm the authenticity of the message he is presenting by support of scriptures. That we already said. The Guru knows the essence of the scriptures, not simply a scholar. This is very important. Many people know Bhagavad Gita in and out. They can quote Bhagavad Gita or scriptures wherever they want, in any seminar, any time. नींद में से भी उठाओगे तो भगवद गीता बोल देंगे, ऐसा है authority. But can he be a spiritual master? Only when he is knower of the essence of all Vedas. What is the essence of all Vedic knowledge? Okay, on one level it is true. What Bhagavad Gita, what it says? Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate Vasudeva sarvamiti samahatma sudurlabha. After many births, a man in knowledge actually surrenders to me. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate. मेरी शरण में आता है. वासुदेव सर्वमिति, वो बोलता है कि कृष्ण ही सब कुछ है. वासुदेव सर्वमिति स महात्मा सुदुर्लभा. So that is the symptom that Guru knows the essence of Vedic knowledge, means he is surrendered to Krishna. He is devoted to Krishna. Krishna means Ram, Krishna means Narsimha, Krishna means any form of Supreme Lord Krishna, that we have seen. So one who is completely surrendered to in Bhakti Yoga. Yoginam api sarveshan mad gaterantaratmanah shraddhavan bhajate yo mam same yuktatomo matah. योगियों में सर्वश्रेष्ठ योगी कौन है? मदगतेर अंतरात्मना, अंतरात्मा से मेरी शरण में है, मेरे बारे में ही सोचता है, हमेशा मेरा ही नाम कीर्तन करता है, मुझे ही शरणागत है, वो सही मायने में सबसे उत्तम योगी है. सो भक्ति में है पूरी तरह से, वो वैदिक नॉलेज का एसेंस जानता है. It is to obtain know Krishna. He knows and lives according to this principle. He is an authorized Guru. He doesn't only know, he lives by that principle. That is spiritual master. The Guru must have sense control. That is very important. What is the time? Oh, we did not give you a break. We'll break for 5 minutes. Okay, we'll break. After this, we'll take the next. Hare Krishna.